Good morning, good morning. Today I want to talk to you guys about a topic that I get asked about a lot, energy. It feels like energy is like this huge lacking component in mom life, right? Like our kids have all the energy. I think it's because they siphon it directly from us, right? So there are a couple things for me that help my energy levels, and it depends on the time of day and also what I'm trying to accomplish with the energy that I need. So number one, I want to start out with coffee. Coffee is not an energy source for me. Coffee is more like a warm hug in the morning and then in the mid-morning and then midday. It doesn't necessarily provide me with energy, and any energy that it does provide me with isn't the best feeling kind of energy. I think coffee, for me at least, is more of like a habit that is based around taste buds. So I do not rely on coffee for energy. I do, however, start my morning with lemon water. In the summer, I do iced lemon water, and as it begins to cool off, I do warm lemon water. And I've found that when I start my day with even just plain water, I typically have better energy, and I feel better. I feel more alert, more awake, more aware. So like number one is going to be water, lots of it. Drink it first thing in the morning, continue drinking it through the day. You should, at a minimum, have half of your body weight in ounces of water per day. So that means if you weigh 200 pounds, that's 100 ounces of water. I have an awesome app that I love. It's called Plant Nanny. And you basically grow plants, you grow a garden. So when you drink water, you water your plant. And your plant, it's set up so that it knows how much water you should be drinking on a daily basis based on your weight. And it reminds you throughout the day, if you haven't drinking water recently, to drink water. So it's kind of a cool little app. Keep your plants alive, grow a little garden. That helps me remember to drink water. So first and foremost, water, right? Water. Then secondly, it's going to be dietary choices. So making sure that I'm giving myself plenty of vegetables, plenty of good lean proteins, good clean fats, and good complex carbs. Those things are super important to me for energy and for feeling full and for feeling like I'm fueled, like I can accomplish a lot, like my muscles aren't fatigued and I'm not fatigued. Especially important for that is going to be protein and fats. Those two things are really important for keeping energy levels up, but never forget about those good complex carbs, because that's what your body's go-to is for energy. Not white bread and white pasta and processed cookies and crap like that. Good complex carbs like sweet potatoes, even potatoes, a lot of vegetables have carbs in them, quinoa, brown rice, those types of things. They'll give you longer lasting energy, and it's your body's preferred source of energy. Protein is more of a preferred source for fixing your muscles and that kind of a thing. So I like to use my foods for what my body prefers it for. So carbs are definitely great for energy, for an energy source. I pair carbs up with protein and with healthy fats a lot. So making sure that you're eating a good clean diet and you're not eating a ton of processed foods. Processed foods, you'll notice immediately, make you feel sluggish. When you eat like a burger and fries, you almost immediately feel sluggish, like you want to take a nap afterwards. Versus when you eat something healthy for your body, you feel better. Like you feel like you almost don't notice a difference because you just keep going. But especially like for me, I notice it immediately. If I eat junk food, processed food, stuff like that, I'm like, now I could use a nap. You get that sluggish kind of icky feeling. So diet for sure is huge. So number one, water. Number two, diet. Number three, before I work out, I use Energize. This is a plant-based, all plant, pre-workout formula that is 100% clean. It has less caffeine in it than a cup of coffee. And it has a lot of really great things in it that give me energy, but don't make me coffee can make me jittery, and coffee can make me kind of feel acidic a little bit sometimes, and this doesn't do that. It's made from tea leaf caffeine, so it's a different kind of caffeine than coffee gives. So this gives like good, clean, more like focused energy. So I use it before a workout. I'll use it like when I was studying for my personal training certification. I would use this to get good studying in, to kind of make myself more alert and more aware, more awake, that kind of a thing. So it's that kind of energy where you're like more focused energy, and it lasts for hours. I'll use it in the morning and I feel great, you know, well into the afternoon energy wise because of it. And then let's see, say it's the afternoon or the evening and I have a training session or a group class that I'm teaching, and you know, you have to be on for those kind of things. You've got to be high energy, and sometimes in the evenings I'm just not. Like if I have a 7 o'clock training session, there's no way I'm going to be putting something like Energize or coffee in my body because, you know, I want to be able to go to sleep. So in those instances, I will again drink water. I will for sure drink lemon water. I also use peppermint oil. I will put a little bit in my water, or I'll put some on my wrists. I have another essential oil called Breathe. That's the Young Living oil, and I believe it's like peppermint oil and eucalyptus and that kind of thing, but it's an all-natural product that I will also like put on my neck here, so that it gives me, it just the fumes from it are awakening, so they awaken me. I'll have a couple of ice waters with lemon and sometimes peppermint in them, and music. I'll turn on some good like upbeat music, and that also helps a lot. So I try to stay away from things with caffeine in them in the evenings, even though there are quite a few evenings during the week that I have to be on my game and high energy. I try to get that high energy through other sources. Another source that I use before I go to teach group classes is my Shakeology. So I'll make my Shakeology, and I do actually put a little bit of coffee in it. I would say maybe 4 ounces of coffee and then almond milk and ice water. And I drink that at about 4:30 in the afternoon. And that gives me that good energy because Shakeology is full of so many vitamins and nutrients and whole food ingredients. It's full of tons of greens, proteins, healthy fats, digestive enzymes that make my tummy feel good. Because it has all of that in it, it's providing me a good, clean, natural source of energy that I can make and drink on my way to class. And then I also I'll probably drink about half of it on my way to class, and then I'll drink a little bit more at the beginning of class, and then a little bit more right between. I teach 2 classes, right between classes, so that I, number one, am fueling my body with like food, because it is a whole food shake. But I'm able to drink it, so I'm not sitting there like eating a freaking potato or something between classes. So I'm able to drink that and consume food that's also giving me really good energy because of all of the nutrients and vitamins and minerals and all of like the superfoods and good stuff that's in there. So those are my go-to sources for energy and keeping my energy levels high, you know, because when you're a mom, and especially like being in the fitness industry, there's a huge demand. I mean, just in being a mom alone, like that is such a huge job, and it requires such a large amount of energy for you to keep going all day long with these little people, right? But there's a big difference in how your body is going to respond over time, in whether or not you're getting your energy from good, clean sources, and you know, not taking in a ton of caffeine, especially later in the day where it's going to start affecting your sleep. When your sleep is affected, then that makes you more tired the next day, you know? So keeping all these things in check and keeping your energy levels coming from good, clean sources is super duper helpful in keeping your energy levels sustained for the long term and feeling really good. Another thing I wanted to mention when I just mentioned sleep is making sure that you get really good sleep is huge for energy. Going to bed at the same time every night, getting 7 to 8 hours of solid sleep every night is so important. I typically start drinking some honey chamomile tea around 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, and we just go into like wind down mode. I mentally prepare myself. I begin like closing my eyes a little bit more. Like it's weird, but the things that you can do for your body to help you feel sleepier are so helpful. I had insomnia for so long, and it was the worst. And every now and then I feel it kind of trying to creep back in, and I fight it. And there are little tricks that can help you sleep better, get sleepier, be able to go to sleep right when your head hits the pillow. And setting yourself up for that sleep time is super important. So about an hour and a half before I go to bed at 10 o'clock every single night. And about an hour to an hour and a half before I go to bed, I begin preparing myself by drinking warm chamomile tea, by putting myself in that sleepier state of mind. I do still watch TV before bed, which I know is one of those things that people say you should not do, like all screens off an hour to 2 hours before bed. But in reality, like as a mom, that's my like legit only TV lounge out, do nothing time. And it's very important to me. You know what I mean? But I still just make sure that as I am watching TV, I'm not multitasking. I'm not over here like trying to have a bunch of conversations on Facebook and scrolling the news feed and doing all these other things that are going to keep me more alert and stimulated. I'm just watching TV, very lounged out on my couch. I typically have a blanket over me, drinking my chamomile tea, winding my body down so that I can get a good night's sleep, so that I can wake up feeling refreshed. So those are my tips for increasing your energy levels in a healthy way and making it so that your energy levels are sustainable for the long term. If you guys have any tips or things that work really well for you that are healthy and sustainable for the long run, I would love to hear them. I'm always looking for good, clean, new sources of energy. Have a great day.